Leadership is a vaguely defined term. If you Google the definition of leadership, you will get the action of leading a group of people or an organization. This definition certainly states the obvious. However, it fails to pass the one test we were all taught in elementary school. A definition should not use the root word in it to describe the word. This definition fails that very test by describing leadership as the action of leading. To define this word in a more accurate way, I had to do some research and think about past experiences. What I found is that I've encountered 3 different types of leaders: demanding leaders, motivational leaders, and everyday leaders. Demanding leaders are the ones that will tell others what to do and will hold those below them accountable for their actions. These types of leaders are often found in offices, in positions like the CEO. Motivational leaders are typically seen more in the public eye and are passionate about their purpose to lead people. Oftentimes, these leaders are leading a group of followers for a larger cause. They don't necessarily demand these followers to do anything, but they do persuade them to join and work with them. And finally, our everyday leaders are those that are positive like motivational leaders, but also manage people. These leaders require excellent group communication skills in order to not be seen as a demanding leader and also have the respect and drive of a motivational leader. Examples of this include team captains and project managers. In my life, I have come across all types of leaders. However, my largest role model was my assistant principal in high school, Mr. Dunlap. He was known to be strict with the kids, however, he had a passion for his job and he enjoyed involving the student body as much as possible with his projects. One of his tasks was to make sure that the freshmen felt more welcome, so he created a peer mentoring club. I joined this club eager to help my school, and I worked closely with Mr. Dunlap. He believed that no idea was wrong, and he made sure that every idea was tested. He was so proud of our club, and he didn't take any credit. When he was asked to speak about his efforts to help the freshmen at the Board of Education meeting, he brought along the whole club and had us tell the board what we were doing instead of bragging about himself. His humbleness, devotion, and hard-working attitudes made him stand out as one of the best leaders in my mind. Being a leader is not easy, and it's certainly not for everyone. My dad, for example, hates to tell people what to do, and he would much rather do all the work himself and never get any credit. Therefore, when he was offered a position in his company to be a manager, he declined it to continue working like the rest of the staff as a chemical engineer. Additionally, some people take leadership too far and are absorbed by the power. In 8th grade, I had a soccer coach that was so intense and power-hungry that he forgot about the attitudes of the players. He would get into fights with the referees at almost every game. He would yell at the girls if they weren't working hard enough, and he even yelled at the team that was on the bench if they were not focused on the game. He drove half of the team to quit soccer because of the way he ran practice and acted during the games. By being around different types of leaders, I was able to determine my leadership styles. I found that I work well with people like Mr. Dunlap, who are passionate and supportive, and I don't work well with people like my soccer coach, because I'm a very emotional person, and being reprimanded does not make me want to do anything. Therefore, the most important skill for a leader is adaptability to different situations and to different types of people. Because as a leader, you face many types of people, and your communication to everyone determines how respected you will be. As tennis captain my senior year, we had a lot of change, and I was required to adapt to the situations and to the people. Our coach was on maternity leave, and we were starting over with a brand new coach who was a lot stricter and a lot more intense. I had to get the team ready for this change by starting our preseason workouts a little earlier than normal and making sure that everyone was in shape for the season. A few weeks into our season, we got word that our coach was being fired and that the school would try their best to find someone new, but that late into the season, it was going to be very unlikely. A gym teacher took over who knew absolutely nothing about tennis. I had to quickly adapt to the situation before my teammates to make sure that our drills and warm-ups were all still run efficiently, with or without a coach. Luckily, my team was just as adaptable as I was, and we held more practices than ever before and worked our hardest to prove to the school that we didn't need a coach. We had our best season in the history of our school's tennis program. We made it all the way to the state semifinals. The bonding that occurred that season is a bond that no one can ever break. This year, our team is being recognized as having the most school spirit and is an example to all the teams in our high school. As the captain, I am so proud, but I knew that it wasn't just because of my leadership. It was the attitude that was set in place for the whole team. We never got down on ourselves, and when we did, we always talked about it. We worked together, and this is an experience that I will never forget. With that being said, my personal definition of leadership is someone who unites a group of people with similar beliefs or values and guides them to a mutual goal. In my past experience as a leader, I didn't just lead our team. I had to make sure everyone came together and we all had the same goal in mind, to go as far as we can in the state tournament.